I've had a fever for the past 5 days, that winter thing going around, which sucked because it was a fever, but also because I couldn't get my hot take on this Jasmine Crockett Senate race. And it's not even a hot take because she's obviously going to lose, which is why she's the Republicans' preferred candidate to battle against. She'll run a heavily vibes-based campaign because she's a charismatic corporate Democrat in sheep's clothing, bad on articulating progressive immigration policy in a border state, completely incompetent in foreign policy, while running for Senate of the eighth largest economy on the planet, stands for nothing, has nothing to offer independent voters, and after this whole thing collapses $100 million later, the Democratic Party will have learned nothing. But all these bootlicking DNC blue MAGA reactionary chuds like Pearl Mania 5000 and Good Trouble, who love to dogpile left-wing, largely female journalists and creators like Amanda Seales, Madeline Pendleton, Taylor Lorenz, and Ian Blakely for calling this out, want you to shut up and toe the party line, not holding any politicians accountable for anything. They say it's the same people every time, i.e. the people who bring up Israel and who keep annoyingly bringing up Palestine. And while I know y'all are dropping into Texas politics for like 3 days as parachute pseudo-journalists, Israel is a serious issue for independent voters here, since that country infects literally every level of the Texas government apparatus. Also, if you have wishy-washy views on Israel and Palestine like Crockett, we know you don't have working-class politics. Instead, you'll talk about the horseshoe theory, where if you go far enough in either political direction, you meet in the middle, which is essentially political sociology for mouth-breathing cave dwellers and people who want to discredit any push for progressive reform in service to their corporate DNC masters. And I've got my own problems with Tallarico. He accepted Adelson money, but he also handled the backlash better, and the Republicans don't want to run against him because he can mobilize independents. But you know what we need? We need another vibes campaign, guys. The bottom line is that support for Israel, the Democratic base is like at 18%. So if you don't lean into that in general, you have a corporatist position, because there is nothing more corporate than talking about our allyship with that country. Sorry that we're right about your favorite celebrity politician again. So what are you going to do about it, Lefty? Well, glad you asked. Stay tuned, because we're going to roll out a whole thing for the New Year's. The whole thing about like being left is, you know, you get ridiculed for being right before it's acceptable to be right.